in one moment.
Yeah, okay, okay. So, shall I
Okay.
start?
Yes,
Then,
please. Yes, please.
the questions about Sri Meher Baba's mission. Question number 26. First, I'll just narrate all the questions, 26 to 33. Then we will go one by one.
Wait a minute.
It's wonderful questions and wonderful answers straight away from Baba. Question number 26, sub question A. What is it that Sri Meher Baba has come into the world to teach? B. What is his object in coming to the West? C. What is his mission? Question number 27. Does Sri Meher Baba claim to be the author of the new dispensation? Question number 28. Whence does he derive his authority? How does he know that he is God realized? Question number 29A. When will the spiritual revival take place? When does it usually occur? C. In what sphere of life will its effect be most obvious? Question number 30. Why does he intend speaking in England instead of in America, as Baba had declared that he will break his silence? Yeah, the question is regarding that. And question number 31. Will his work create opposition? Question number 32. Will he bring peace and happiness to the world? Question 33. How can he bridge the gulf between East and West?
Okay.
Here we go, page number 87, part 3. Question number 26A. What is it that Sri Meher Baba has come into the world to teach? As Baba says, apparently his message pertains to divine love, universal brotherhood, right living, and the elimination are the motive of self-interest. This is so much necessary. But in reality, Sri Meher Baba has not come to teach. He has come to awaken by the power of the divine love, which flows from him continually, transforms the consciousness of those who come to him for liberation. That
Oops. Did she disappear? Oh no, sorry. Let's go back. Whoa.
what the philosophers have tried to teach theoretically through the ages. Am I audible? Because link I think has disturbed.
Yeah, Kate, you came back. We can hear you now.
Yeah, can you kindly take up Betty?
Yeah, sure. So question number 26, it was, what is his object in coming to the West? And the answer is, his coming to the West is not with the object of establishing new creeds or spiritual societies or organizations, but for the purpose of making people understand religion in its true sense. He will revitalize all religions and cults and bring them together like beads on one string. And then question 26C is, what is his mission? And the answer is, it is to make mankind realize, not only through intellect, but by actual experience, the one infinite self which is in all. Before we can attain to everlasting peace and experience constant joy, we must realize the God within ourselves and in everything we see and meet. Sri Meher Baba has attained to that realization. The whole purpose of his incarnation is to help others to attain to a like realization. And
Yeah, so in short, he says he has not come to give any theory, but to live it.
mhm.
In short, just to live all he has taught for so many years. An important point is universal brotherhood, right living,
Mhm.
and experience God within us and in all of us. These are the main points. And the religion is not the object, but it is a means for the object. Object is to attain God's realization. And religion only is a means and step towards it. It's not the object. Yeah, we kindly will go on page number 80 and question number 27, Betty. Yeah.
All right. So page 88, question 27. Does Sri Meher Baba claim to be the avatar of the new dispensation? Answer is such a claim would have no value until it were substantiated. And
Coffee dollar, Harsha.
mhm. Let's see, we got okay. Can you all please mute? Such a claim would have no value until it were substantiated, and once it were substantiated, there would be no need of claims. What Sri Meher Baba is and the nature of his mission will be abundantly demonstrated at the time of his public manifestation. Note, it may be said, however, that some of Sri Meher Baba's closest disciples have come to believe, not through words or explanations, but through deep inner experience, that Meher Baba is such a being as Jesus was, and that he has come into the world now to effect that transformation of consciousness, which is a necessary prelude to the establishment of a new civilization. It may also be said to those with whom he lived during his recent visits to the country, Sri Meher Baba gave ample proofs of being able to extend the consciousness of other individuals at will. And then question 28 is, whence does Sri Meher Baba derive his authority? How does he know that he is God realized? And the answer is just as an individual from the actual experience that he has of being a human can authoritatively say that he is a human being, so does he from his own continuous conscious experience of oneness with the infinite know of his godhood. Question 29a. When will the spiritual revival take place? B. When does it usually occur? And C. In what sphere of life will it be most obvious? Answer is the spiritual revival that you ask about is not far off, and his approaching manifestation will be the signal. He will utilize the tremendous amount of energy, often misapplied, possessed by the West, particularly by America, for the purpose. Wow. Let's see, this article was written in America. And that was what Baba said about the accident, his accident in America, that America's energy was misapplied, and he the purpose of that accident, as I understand it, was to redirect our energy. So, shall we go to part 3, Meherkrupa? Yeah. Part 3, page 89. Such a spiritual outburst usually takes place every 700 or 800 years, at the beginning, at the end, or beginning of a cycle. And it is only the perfect one who has reached the state of Christ consciousness who can appeal to all and work universally. Sri Meher Baba's working will embrace everything. It will penetrate into every phase of life. Perfection would fall short of the ideal if it were to accept one thing and eschew another.
And this is so very important and so beautifully. If we just see all what has Baba done and it's wonderful. At least in East, the idea of spiritualism is totally different. If someone is, they all gathered around Baba just to see God, find God, seek God realization. And from the point of view of word, if we see, for example, Baba built up a cinema theater in Nasik. We all know. He called Mandli, and Mandli built up a cinema theater, and Mandli run the cinema theater. The ticket projector was being run, a movie was being shown by a Mandli member. They were trained to do the projection operation of the projector. One used to stand at the gate as a gatekeeper. One used to cut the tickets and give the public. When I think any person, a common man, if he goes to someone and if he is asked to do this work, that person will think, oh, I have come here to gain God. And what is this? The building cinema, theater, and it's so the Mandli were also equally wonderful, I think. At this point, that every phase which will penetrate in every phase of life, nothing is outside God. As Baba explains in Tiffin lecture so beautifully, that everything, each and everything is in God. Nothing is outside God. So no sector of life, this worldly life, is beyond the spirituality. Everything is spirituality. So whatever Baba used to take them for the movies and walking and sightseeing and listening to the music. So through he didn't bother that what people will think. Oh, he is a guru, master, Sadguru, and he is getting these things done and doing these things. He never bothered because he is a God. And through his own example, I think. So this is very beautiful. It just came to my mind. Jai Baba, please continue.
All right.
Anyone else want to add on something? All this dispensation means avatar and the public manifestation. See, Baba's manifestation, I always feel, it's not that he will be visible. As he says, try to see what I really am. As we saw last time or some section also, I think here only session. If someone says me, show the pencil, I can show this pencil. Show the book, we can show the book. With God, he is formless. So even if we manifest, how it will be a thing of to be experienced, realization, feeling. But any form, it can be just energy, tremendous power, accompanied with peace. It can be just love. It can be just light. It can be any form. He may appear in front of us, or it will be combination of two, or it will be all the together. Maybe at Samadhi, anywhere, anytime. So speaking also, it will not be a gross word. So when he does, he might have. He will speak in our hearts. Equally, the manifestation will be in such a way. We shouldn't wait that some figure will appear before us. That is what I feel. Anyone else want to add on? Share? Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba.
Yeah.
You know what makes me think, he's the sporting avatar. He loved sports. He loved cricket. That was
Ah,
he was part of that game too. Um, all right, I'll continue.
yeah,
Question
please.
30. Why does Sri Meher Baba intend speaking in England instead of in America? And the answer is, owing to the postponement of his speaking and the change of circumstances, Europe is better suited for breaking his silence than America. Yet, as he has said before, America will be the center of his great spiritual working in future and will play a prominent part in the organization and development of his plans for the upliftment of humanity. England has a special spiritual significance for many reasons. His first emissary to the West was sent there. The first Western disciples to come to him in India were English. His first visit to the West was to England. There, his first Western ashram or spiritual retreat was established. And in England, the plans for his Western work were prepared. This spiritual value, added to the change in circumstances and time, makes England the more suitable place for the breaking of his silence. And since his first place of residence and association with his close disciples was in London, it will be there that his first public speech will be delivered. Question 31. Will his work create opposition? Answer: his work will create both great enthusiasm and a certain amount of opposition. This is inevitable, but all spiritual work is eventually strengthened by opposition, and so it will be with his. It is like the shooting of an arrow from a bow. The more you pull the bowstring, the farther the arrow flies. Any comments?
I always used to wonder in my childhood when they used to say, don't people used to criticize. And we were told by my father, Mandli used to say, they don't answer them, don't hit them because they criticize Baba or don't answer. Rather, Baba even had told Mandli not to even answer or reply. Let them do what they want. And there was no, it is a different type of love, opposite of love. What in East it is said, Virodha Bhakti, it is called. So, but always I used to say, how opposition can be helpful? Always had this thought in my mind, how opposition can help in his work. We worldly people can't understand this. But then when Baba has cited this example of arrow, the more you pull the string, the faster goes the arrow.
Right. Yeah. All right. We go to question 32. I think maybe you're frozen, Meherkrupa? Yeah. Well, okay. Question 32. Will Sri Meher Baba bring peace and happiness to the world? Answer. There exists at the present moment a universal dissatisfaction and an indescribable longing for something that will end the terrible chaos and misery that overshadows the world just now. He is going to satisfy this longing and lead the world to real happiness. The disorders in the world without are a reflection of the disorders within. Sri Meher Baba will enable mankind to solve their inner problems by awakening the divine elements in them. Question 33. How can he bridge the gulf between East and West? Answer. He is doing this in many ways, internally as well as externally. Recently, he has traveled from east to west and from west to east. He has visited Europe 5 times, Italy 4 times, England thrice, America twice, Africa twice, China once, and he has encircled the globe. He has explained that these journeys were for the purpose of laying cables between East and West. He has taken some of the Eastern disciples to the West, has brought some of his Western disciples to the East. Thus, the impressions of the East brought to the West and vice versa. This external or physical action of bringing together East and West has its personal side. Every one of his disciples looks upon the others, whether Eastern or Western, as members of the same family, of which the beloved and revered Master is at once the father, mother, friend, guide, and guru. And while this intimate feeling is now confined to the circle of his close devotees, the great gulf of religious and social differences will also be truly bridged, and a healthy and happy reunion of all brought about. For when he speaks and manifests his divinity, a worldwide transformation of consciousness will then cause all ideas of superiority and inferiority considering race, color, caste, and creed to disappear. The East has been the place of his birth, of his realization of godhood from manhood, and therefore of his long silent activities for the upliftment of humanity. Any comments, questions by folks?
Let's complete the answer. We'll really discuss. This is very important.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Which places in Africa did Baba visit?
Yeah, at least I don't know this. If anyone else knows, please answer.
What about Aden? Is that, I don't know.
Okay, that maybe Aden is it Greece, somewhere in Greece or elsewhere? Oh, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The early trip of the 30s to Iran, maybe.
Egypt's Africa. I don't know where else.
Yeah.
That's right. Egypt is on
I
that.
think Baba went to a place called Aden. Where is that? Where is Aden?
Yeah, that's what Betty just said. Yeah, I don't know.
Where is it? I don't know where that is.
We'll have to figure that out. We'll yeah, figure that out.
Ralph, you're right. Egypt is on the African continent.
Right,
So,
correct. That's perfect.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then this is very important point. Baba has explained here that impressions of East and West bringing the East impression bringing to West and West impressions bringing to East. As we, at least in East, we are seeing the drastic changes, the old rituals and living style and so many things. We see drastic changes. We see the students going to each other countries for learning. Then so many Westerners are settling in India, and so many Indians are settling in West. This is also one of the attribute of it. And as Baba says, he has many times withdrawn to mountains or caves for his spiritual working, as is the example of Saint Chastity Cave, Mahabaleshwar Tiger Hill Cave, there Baba Harwan Hill in Kashmir. So what work he exactly did, we can't understand because he's unlimited with our limited mind. We just really cannot fathom that. But these are the few examples, and what he said about East and West is really important points. He has made it very clear here, which was never told in East. So, as the questions, answers are also from Baba are very, very important. As now he has decided to break his vow of silence, Baba says. So, which manner he will break the silence? Which is that verb of word? There cannot be any gross word which will be spoken. It has to be heard within the heart. Yeah, please continue.
Yes.
Or
All
should I?
right. Here's part 3, page 90.
No, this is 91 is remaining, no? And
Oh,
now
91,
he has
sorry.
decided to.
Yes, sorry. 91, part 3. He has many times withdrawn to mountains or caves for his spiritual working. In India and Persia, he has established ashrams, spiritual retreats, to prepare and lead seekers after truth towards their ideal. And now he has decided to break his vow of silence in the West, which will be the scene of his manifestation and the principal center of his activities for humanity. These will all help to bridge the gulf between East and West and lead to a clearer mutual understanding. His teachings are largely concerned with forming a lasting union of all existing races and religions into a harmonious whole. Okay.
And now the sixth, I don't know whether I have sent it to you. I'll just read all the narration of the questions on page number 92. Sixth part of this part 3 subpart, personal questions. They ask some personal questions to Baba. Question number 34A, what work has he done in his life to help humanity? Sub question B, what sort of work does he do in India? C, how does he work in the West? Very important questions, which we can never understand. Baba might have helped to understand a bit idea. Question 35, what relation will his speaking have to the transformation of human consciousness, which has been predicted? Question number 36, why has he been silent for 8 years? Question number 37, all personal means relating to Baba. And important questions like speaking, consciousness, and all that. Why does he keep changing his plans and postponing his promises of healing? Question number 38. Who pays for all his travels? Has he money of his own?
Uh-huh.
Question, yeah, 39. Was he, during his boyhood, conscious of his own high spiritual destiny? Question 40. Will he perform miracles when he speaks? Question 41. In what religion does he believe? Question 42. Will his work, like Christ, be missionary in character? Question 43. What sort of work will his followers do? Very important. Question 44. How can he have both Buddhic and Christ consciousnesses? Question 45, page 93. Is he interested in politics? Question 46. Why does he encourage vegetarianism? Question 47. Why does he not help his own country first? Though sounds very rude, but see how lovely, because as we see so much patience, Baba might be showing. And because he shows the tremendous patience, it's all peace there. Variety of we are, all his followers, lovers are of such a grand variety, and he bears with all of us. So it's all peace. Yeah. Question. So page number 94, section 6, answers. Will Betty continue or someone else want to take over?
Anybody else like to read? I'm happy to read, but okay. Don't want to take all the. If you want to read, just speak up. Question 34. What work has Sri Meher Baba done in this life to help humanity? Answer. Most of the people who came to him have benefited, some internal, some externally. The internal benefits have been in the form of spiritual, lost it. The internal benefits have been in the form of spiritual experiences, glimpses, and visions of life beyond this material existence, which have transformed their lives and changed their outlook. The external advantages of coming in contact with and having faith in him, too, have been many and varied. To some, in miraculous recoveries from diseases declared incurable by doctors, to others in overcoming their personal troubles and solving their intricate problems in everyday life. Some of his disciples were saved from fatal accidents and actually owe their lives to him. And but for the master's dislike to attach any importance to what by many would be called miracles, the practical and subjective instances of these experiences would fill volumes. Quite apart from these individual subjective experiences, his other external activities in the social and religious spheres of life have benefited the masses. Through the ashrams, spiritual retreats that he has established in India, he has brought about a wonderful unity of all races and religions, particularly that of the high-class Brahmins, with the most depressed class who are called untouchables, and are the most neglected class of people, and whose upliftment he has ever at heart. This work begun some years ago. Sri Meher Baba also maintained a boarding school where boys of all castes and creeds and races lived, studied, and played together under his personal guidance. And then it goes on here on 95, page 95. Scholarships covering all expenses were even offered to enable English boys to attend this spiritual and educational school. He also established a hospital supervised by a Western trained doctor to give free treatment to the poorest peasants of the neighboring districts who had never before had access to Western medical treatment and to whom it was a blessing. With his own hands, he washed lepers and healed 5 of these afflicted persons. Sincere seekers after truth and knowledge, no matter what their religious creed or agnostic attitude, have found in him their true guide and guru, who led them to the light they had been trying to find. His benign grace and guidance on the spiritual path have helped many to advance towards perfection. The lives of others who were on the verge of ruin and degradation have been redeemed by his timely advice and help.
Yeah, I will like to say something here. Because when just we think about it, so vast travel, such a vast work, so much variety, every phase of life. If we just think, it's impossible, near to not at all possible for a common man to travel in those days when the conditions of the transportations and all those means were so meager and limited. He had such extensive travels and so much work he has done that a common man can't do it. It's not possible even if a person dedicates the whole of his life. What Baba has done, if we see, there were no. I remember Arangav I had seen in my childhood, a totally barren land, such a small, uh, just few houses, all made of earth. Such a was the view of this Aranga. One can't say that there is a village or Dham is there or some is situated. It was so small, so deserted, and such was the condition of the people here. We used to see the moment the along the railroad also there were all fields. Now it's all see the forget about other things. Arangav itself had changed so much. We all witness it. Then in Arangav Baba started his work actually really there was untouchability so much. It was a burning issue in India that time. He started from that. There was health issues. These people used to eat died animals for 6 7 days without storing in fridge or something in a very unhealthy conditions where there was no education. Forget about money and financial condition was so a poor is a poor word for describe their condition. How Baba has uplifted, how he worked hard. He used to teach them the cleanliness to the boys, but after going home, again they used to follow the same practices, eating food without washing hands and dirty clothes and not taking bath and dirty hair and all that. So finally, Baba established a boarding school for them that at least there, if they stay away from the village. So he started right from such small, if we see, these are minor things for a God. But as we see, nothing is out of his sphere. Then establishes hospital, clinic, health conditions. They were not aware of it. And Baba also helped them, food and all those things, clothing, free clothing. And most important is lepers was such a problem that time. I even remember childhood, we used to see the lepers standing here and they're begging and all that. Now, if we go to the lepers hospital and hardly there are any lepers to help you from. Because Baba has handled that issue, the problem is almost eradicated, I feel, at least in India, as I see. What we have seen in childhood and now what we see, there's a drastic change in every phase of life, whether it is clothing, whether it is media, there's a computer. There was not electricity. There was, and if you want to take electricity, there used to be discussion in the house. Oh no, it is dangerous. It gives shock. No gas, and all those were conditions. Even in Meherabad, it was not there. Baba used to give the lectures to the Meherashram boys in Petromax Bhakti. Used to be there, Petromax Bhakti, and that light he used to give. Later, Padri Kaka did during one of the Sahavas. We all know that. So, and to the ashram boys, if we see, it was such a perfection of perfection school that the government officials who came for the inspection gave the remark, this is the one of the best school. The care taken by Baba was multidimensional, not only spiritual, but Baba used to have a code. There are gatherings. We ask students to dance and act and all that. But Baba had taught them outside word matters also. They had a system. They form a court. And then that court, a judge, lawyer, appeal, and the other side, opposite side, everything will be students. And they were taught, and whatever will be the problems of the school and ashram, within that 15 days or monthly, it used to take place. And they used to run this court also. So, such a practical example and teaching Baba has started. Baba taught students printing skill. He gave job to those students in one of the printing press in Ahmednagar. We went and saw that place 2 days back, Mohan Mudranalai. He gave them this practical education, which is vocational, we say, which is helpful for earning money. He taught them in the garage, gave them jobs. Those money Baba used to send to their parents. So Baba used to take them for the circus, cinema, for bhajans, Kabir, whoever is the boy from whichever area, Baba used to, and teachers and school used to give them the information of the perfect masters of that area. If someone is from Iran, he will be given the info. If someone is from Maharashtra, he will be given the information of the Gyaneshwar. And English was must for all. So Baba, I think Baba has made English international language. In our time, there was no, as I told that, I think I have told, I never learned English. In my place, Pathradi in Ahmednagar district, there was no English subject. There were no teachers to teach English. In 8th standard, one madam had come, 2 months she taught, started ABC, and she got married. So there was no teacher till 10th. And 10th, we had a paper and SSC board. So our headmaster took extra classes and just taught us little grammar and little just for examination purpose. After that, no English. So this Baba, the one boy from London was, I think his name was Charles, in Meherashtra. The only one from London. And many were from Iran. And the most important work Baba has done for lepers. So education, drama, film, whatever, none of this sphere of life has been abandoned or untouched by Baba. I feel it's so vast that we cannot even imagine or talk about it. It's tremendous. Even tremendous is a very small word. Huge is also strong. All the words together is also nothing for the work Baba has done. Yeah, please continue. If anyone wants to add on, and one important thing here, so Brahmins and high class and untouchability, I remember initially in Meherabad, Mandli, among Mandlis, there were Brahmins. They didn't want to eat what others have cooked and touched. So there was a separate kitchen for Brahmins and separate kitchen from non-Brahmins. I think you all might be having this idea if you all are reading the books. So slowly, gradually, Baba mended them and did these sanskaras and brought them all together. It was not easy task. So it's huge. Just yes, Mr. Prakash. I will like you to. He's there? Yeah. All left. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah,
Prakash?
I'm here. Sorry. Jai Baba. Jai Baba. So, what do you want me to do? Hello?
No, about the Baba's work we were talking.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I heard all that. I mean, the kind of work he did, like you rightly said, it's just almost impossible for us to even grasp how, how it affects the whole creation, everybody and everything, actually. So, I mean, let's not even go there, but just be thankful to him and be grateful to him for all that he did for everything and everybody in the creation. That's all. Yeah.
That's
you like-
wonderful. And yeah, that's wonderful.
Would
And
you like to,
yeah.
Prakash, would you like to read a bit?
I can. Yeah. Yeah. So are we on the question 34?
Yes.
Okay. Question 34, B. What sort of work does Sri Meher Baba do in India? Answer. In whichever part of the world he may be, his internal working is one and the same, but his external workings vary in accordance with the situation and the needs of the place where he is. That's so beautifully put. In India, his external working is mainly devoted to running of ashrams, spiritual retreats, giving darshana, that is, accepting homage and worship to thousands of his devotees who worship him as God man and who journey hundreds of miles in order to offer their homage and devotion. Question 34C. How does he work in the West? In the West, his external working is chiefly concerned with teaching and explaining, giving answers to questions, issuing messages and statements concerning spiritual life. Very beautifully said. Okay. Footnote. I never wish to be called Redeemer, Savior, Divine Majesty. The disciples, through their love, faith, and enthusiasm, give such titles. There are many who misunderstand me, who call me Satan, devil, antichrist. But to me, it is all the same. I know who I am. Shri Meher Baba. So beautiful. Okay. Sometimes he gives private interviews and explains individually. At other times, he explains to multitudes at receptions and meetings. So that's about his work in the West. Question 35. What relation will his speaking have to the transformation of human consciousness, which has been predicted? Let me read that question again. What relation will his speaking have to the transformation of human consciousness, which has been predicted? Answer: humanity at present constituted, humanity as at present constituted uses three vehicles for the expression of thought and experiences, three states of consciousness. These three vehicles are the mental body, in which thoughts arise as the result of impressions from past experiences. These thoughts may remain latent in the mental body as seeds, or they may be expressed, If they are expressed, they first take the form of desires and pass through. Number two, the subtle body or desire body, which is composed of five psychic senses. They may rest there, as in the case of dreams or unfulfilled desires, or they may further be expressed through the physical body with its five physical senses. The three states of consciousness corresponding to three vehicles mentioned above are: number one, unconsciousness, as in deep, dreamless sleep. Number two, subconsciousness, as in the dreaming state or obscure, unformed, unfulfilled desires. Everything is experienced through the subtle body or astral body. Number three, waking consciousness, as in active daily life. The process by which thought passes from mental through the subtle into physical expression may be called the expression of human will. I love that. Let me read that again. The process by which thought passes from mental through the subtle into physical expression may be called the expression of human will. In order for thought to be expressed effectively, all three of the vehicles used in its expression must be perfectly clear, and the interaction between them must be harmonious. The head and the heart must be united. Intellect and feeling must be balanced. Material expression must be understood as dependent on spiritual realization. Let me read the last part. Material expression must be understood as dependent on spiritual realization. So, should I continue or stop here? Any comments? I mean, it's so beautiful what has been said so far.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah, it's just a beauty.
So short, Baba has almost explained the full journey. That journey is explained beautifully.
Yes.
How, as Baba says, if thought comes, let them come and let them go. He says so.
Betty, one request. Could you just page up to go to the section that, no, up, actually, I don't know, down or up, I don't know. Remember,
Okay.
we talked about the process which Meherkrupa is talking about, mental body through subtle body, and then remains there. Yeah, still earlier, actually. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You want to go over that again?
No, I like this because he says in the mental body in which thoughts arise as a result of impressions from past experiences, these thoughts may remain latent in the mental body as seeds, or they may be expressed. If they are expressed, they first take the form of desires and pass through. I mean, it continues the thought, like just like how Meherkrupa said, or pass through the subtle body or desire body, which is composed of five psychic senses. They may rest there, as in the case of dreams or unfulfilled desires, or they may further be expressed through the physical body. Oh, so that's so beautiful, actually. Now we know
It's
where the dreams and unfulfilled desires reside, I suppose, right?
Hmm.
In the
It is
subtle,
so wonderful. Hmm.
yeah.
You know, are we not talking about sanskaras? These are impressions. These are impressions from
Yeah,
past.
we are talking about sanskaras.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we try to spend them, some remain latent, some
Yeah.
can get expression. If they get the expression, the passage seems to be obviously through the subtle body to gather energy, or they may just be stationed there in the subtle body as unfulfilled desires. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Or as in the case of dreams, or unfulfilled desires. And so, not every sanskara that needs to be expressed would go all the way to the physical body. It may just get stuck in the subtle body, and some pass
Yeah.
through. Oh, unbelievable. Like that. I don't know. This is my question to everybody. The question is, why would it get stuck in the subtle body? Why not continue? Because it has now the energy, and it has a body which can be the vehicle for the expression. Why would it get stuck in the middle, this particular flow?
Very good question. As
I
I
don't know.
think it is not that strong.
Hmm,
It is not matured.
I
It
see.
is not matured. It's not strong. So Baba says many sanskaras remain like dead of half subconscious, half conscious.
Oh,
And whatever, as we say, in Eastern side, that everyone has brought a bundle with us.
hmm,
So what is that bundle we are supposed to spend in this lifetime? Once those sanskaras are spent, then we die.
Mhm.
So those are the matured sanskaras we are supposed to spend. How do we spend? Yeah, that mental body, karan deha, cause body, we can say in English. We all know that the impressions of the karmas, actions are imprinted there. It is preserved there. It is a storehouse.
hmm,
And why Baba says that let the thoughts come and go? He always says don't suppress them. Why?
Mm.
Because if that karma we have done, the impression is there. Through mental body, if it comes and goes, that sanskara is spent, finished.
Mm.
But if we act on it, if we speak or we do some action, then we create new samskara,
Mm.
and which is more bad than and binding than the previous one. That's why Baba says, don't suppress your thoughts. Let them come and go, but don't act on it. That
right.
is one point. Secondly, that what are the dreams? Baba explains many sanskaras remain dead for many years. They are not active, or as Mr. Prakash has posed the question, they are not active, they are not matured enough to spin. So sometimes they become little active. So these such half-dead sanskaras, we can say in easy language, are spent by our subconscious state or subtle body in dream state. So in dream, we spend these sanskaras, we are not that active. And in dream, many sanskaras are spent by way means of dream, because these are done half conscious or half matured sanskaras, we can say subconscious sanskaras. These are spent by our subconscious or subtle body in dream. But in dream, we do not accumulate new sanskaras. But we spend many sanskaras in dream,
Oh, I love that.
which are lying at the bottom. Huh?
Oh, mm,
why don't we accumulate new sanskar? In dream, you do anything. In dream, we do many things. We kill someone, or we eat, or we enjoy, but new sanskaras will not be created because of dream, but only latent sanskaras will be spent. Why new sanskaras will not be created? The reason is, in dream, we are not using our gross body. And sanskaras are accumulated, as Baba says, 5 senses: eyes, nose, mouth, ear. These are the 5 senses, or gross body is only the cause and medium of accumulating the sanskaras. As the new sanskaras are not accumulated in astral world, hell or heaven, the same way new sanskaras are not accumulated or created in dream state, because gross body is not used there. In the same way, as we spend many sanskaras in our astral world, if that provision God would not have done, there would have been such a huge mountain of sanskaras. So this is very compassionate act of God for humanity, of this arrangement of spending many sanskaras in astral world or in hell or heaven state. There are only sanskaras, many sanskaras are spent, but new are not accumulated. And the medium to, as it is seen, the thought comes in the mind. Then through subtle body, as he rightly said, through energy, and where that energy activates our eyes, nose, mouth, ear. That is the energy or subtle body. That keeps going our body and these parts. So through these parts, if there is a thought of slapping someone, let it thought be there in the mind and go. But if actually it slap that person, then the new samskara is created. When it comes into action through the gross body, there the gross body, third stage, that comes into picture for creating new samskara.
No,
Any
I mean, one I understood now. One question is, if you read this number section 2 or point 2, the subtle body, desire body, which is composed of the 5 psychic senses. Now, this is crucial. They may rest there, as in the case of dreams or unfulfilled desires, or they may be further expressed too. That's fine. Now, when I say, when it is said they may rest there, it's just like our mental body, which is a storehouse of thoughts and everything. Does subtle body also have some such feature of storing the unfulfilled uh, desires and dreams? You see what I meant? They may rest there.
Very important point it is, because usually Baba says that sanskaras are latent. In Tiffin lecture or creation and causes, Baba has explained this point beautifully, that many 75% of some sanskaras, he said, are, as the dirt accumulates the bottom of the pot of water. So these sanskaras are in the bottom, latent stage. They are not active. They are either dead or half dead, and later they become active. So, but it might be in mental body, as you rightly said, how subtle body comes into the picture.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you.
I like
Yes.
the thinking of sanskaras as seeds, because seeds, we know seeds contain the whole plant if it's expressed. But if it's not planted, or if it's not, it will just simply stay as a seed. It helps me to think of sanskaras that way.
That's right. Yeah. That's very true. Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Meherkrupa ji.
Shall we go on? Let's see, where are we? I think here.
Yeah, part 3. Yeah. So, do you want me to read or you want to read, Betty?
Whoop, wait a
One
minute.
second.
Yeah.
Dangre sir is there. Dangre sir, I would like him to talk on this, your point of subtle body. Sanskaras are latent in mental body. How come it is said here? They may rest there. These are the organs.
I go.
Dangre sir, Jai Baba, please.
Some sanskars which are thin and some sanskars are very deep rooted, strong sanskars. The sanskars of just thoughts, desires, they may rest there, but the sanskars of action, so that's why Baba has said, let the thought comes and let it go, but don't put it to action. Once the action is performed, definitely the sanskars are more powerful. So what I think that Baba has said, the sanskaras which are thin, which are not expressed to the action, they lie in this subtle body, and they may rest there. What I feel.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
it
Dangre
makes
sir.
sense based on what we read. What you just said does make sense. I never thought so, though. That I mean, see. Yeah, I just realized based on what you just said, there are mental sanskaras, there are subtle sanskaras, and there are physical sanskaras. So obviously, there has to be a place where all these can be sort of stored, right? I mean, there has to be some location where all this information stays for further expression. So, yeah,
And subtle body, it's a energy. It has an energy, so it propels ahead. The energy gets through the subtle body. So, and it's a propelling thing which gives energy for the further progress. Jai Mervas. Jai
right.
Mervas.
Thank you, Jayba.
There are two important points here, just realize now. One thing, Baba doesn't say that it is stored in subtle body. Sanskaras are in mental body. Yes, there are three perfectly said types of sanskaras. That is physical and apart from spiritual. These three, gross, subtle, and mental. So these subtle sanskaras, those who are from first to fourth plane.
Oh.
The aspirant who are from the first plane to fourth planes or second plane to fourth plane, who are in the subtle world and who sanskara, who accumulates the subtle sanskaras, it might be that sense. And the another thing is, Baba has not said that they may rest there where it is. So it is in a latent situation, and it might be eradicated in during dreams or unfulfilled desires. If it is unfulfilled desires and come into action, then the gross body comes into the picture.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
it is not said that it is stored in subtle body.
correct. Yeah. I think I like the explanation of thinking this way. I could be, but I thought, I think one of you mentioned that. So it all depends on the, what do you call, just to use the word, thickness of the sanskaras. If it is very thick and deep, then it needs physical expression. So it will find its path way through all the way down to the the physical body. And if it is not that deep, then it might just be spent in subtle body. That's it. And finally, if it is very light, just simply mental, then it will just get spent in the mental body itself. But so the storehouse to me still seems to be the mental body, the mind. But depending upon the thickness or the lightness or however you want to say it, it just uses that particular medium for expression. So that kind of thing. Yeah.
Perfectly narrated, summarized. Its storehouse is mental body only.
Yes.
Only expression he has told the stages,
Right.
and those latent and thin sanskaras and thick sanskaras, everything is in mental body only, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
If it matures and comes up, so if it is spent subconscious by the subconscious state, it will be spent in dream state by the subtle body. If it is spent consciously, it will be spent by gross body.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds
Thank you. 97.
90. Are we here? 97?
That is also very wonderful. We'll discuss that also. Extract from
Let's see. Is this right? Yeah. Is this right? Part 3?
Yeah, that's where we are.
All right.
And Betty, you read pretty well. Why don't you continue?
Part 3. The God man neither thinks nor desires. Through him, the divine will flows inevitably into perfect manifestation, passing directly from the spiritual body, which in the ordinary human being is not developed, into physical expression. Let me read that again. The God man neither thinks nor desires. Through him, the divine will flows inevitably into perfect manifestation, passing directly from the spiritual body, which in the ordinary human being is not developed, into physical expression. For him, the superconscious is the normal state of consciousness. From him there flows constantly infinite love, wisdom, joy, peace, and power. In order to convey thought to others, man uses speech or writing or some other physical means of expression. Sometimes, as in telepathy, thought is transmitted and received through and by the subtle body. The God man does not convey thought, but truth, which he either awakens in the individual whom he is helping through a deep inner experience, or which he transmits directly from the superconscious to the conscious, from the spiritual to the physical, by means of either the physical eye, the physical touch, or the spoken word. Let's see. This is
And
now.
this is very, very important and wonderful.
Do we want to talk about it, or should I go on?
Yeah, anyone want to? Superconscious and spiritual body, mainly. As we don't have, ordinary human being doesn't have spiritual body, but we have spiritual sanskaras, which Baba says we have to keep increasing. Those spiritual sanskaras are never eradicated or finished, or should not be exhausted also. But the spiritual body we don't have, and it's wonderful, it's beautiful that God man neither thinks nor desires.
So, the spiritual body, do people on the planes of consciousness, say starting from 1 through 6, do they have spiritual body or only the God man?
It is said only ordinary human being.
Somebody was talking?
Yeah, it seems.
See.
I think somebody needs to be muted. It looks like it's a TV that is playing in the background. So I would.
Gangade sir, Jai Baba.
Yeah.
Gangade sir. Jai Baba, Gangade sir.
Jai Baba,
Yeah.
Jai Baba.
Prakash is asking that spiritual body is not developed in ordinary human being, but is it developed during the planes who are on the planes?
No,
I don't think so.
spiritual body is only for the super conscious person. What I think, super conscious
Yeah.
person
Yeah,
only.
I do think so.
Yeah, it appears like it from here also. Thank you. That's right. Beautiful.
Only after the human consciousness goes, ordinary consciousness, sanskaric consciousness goes, and one attains divine consciousness, unlimited consciousness, will that body be developed? So, yeah, clear.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, this is an extract from Sri Meher Baba's message to India. In the conscious, awake state, all that you experience by seeing, hearing, eating, walking, etc., is done through the gross body. In the subconscious or dream state, everything is experienced through the subtle body. In this state, the mortal mind, with the help of the desire body, may see past events recur, or may foresee future happenings, and sometimes past, present, and future events may appear together in confusion. This would be a nightmare. I think he's okay. This all like a dream, like a bad dream, or well, we can talk about it. Let's see. This can we let's see. Let me see if I can.
Betty, yeah. Right.
Okay. This all depends upon the impressions on the mind received through the physical body in accordance to the proportion of its attachments to gross activities. In the unconscious deep sleep state, you are unaware of either the physical or astral happenings, and so experience nothingness. One who transcends these three states of consciousness and gains illumination experiences the superconscious state. This is the Christ, Buddha, Krishna state, the God-man state, in which one attains to perfect manhood and perfect divinity. To be one with the source of all love, knowledge, power, light, and existence is to enjoy infinite bliss and feel in harmony with everyone and everything. Wow, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
It's so beautiful, each and every
Mm.
word and sentence.
Can I go back to this one? I was a little confused about, can I read this paragraph again? In the subconscious dream, okay? Dream state, in the
Yeah.
subconscious or dream state, everything is experienced through the subtle body. In this state, the mortal mind, with the help of the desire body, may see past events recur or may foresee future happenings, and sometimes past, present, and future events may appear together in confusion. This would be a nightmare.
Baba has explained about this. If past events suppose you keep on seeing some dream repeatedly, so
Yeah.
that event has been happened in your past time. Sometimes some people foresee the future things in their dream, and that's true. So Baba says, what is man? As the God has infinite knowledge and bliss, and power. We too have all these three things, but in a limited thing.
Right.
So that sometimes if the consciousness is little developed or the power is good, sometimes, not always, that person may see future things in the dream. But that time, that person is not aware that this is going to happen. When the thing happens, flashback, he startles and he thinks, oh, this is the same thing I had seen in my dream. When the thing happens, then incident happens, then it is like a sparkling shot for the person, and then he realizes, he or she, oh, this is what I had seen.
I dream. Yeah.
Two or three times I have experienced this. I don't know whether I have explained on this forum. When I lost my child, everything with the minutest details, when he was in body, I saw his death and with the minutest details.
Oh my.
Quite few months before. And even before his birth, there was another dream also. So 2-3 times it so happened. So how it happens that Baba has explained again in the discourses of creation and causes. The simple, that is the reason Baba has given that human is a miniature of God. That also he says. And all the three things human also has, but in the limited. So sometimes it works that. And rest by seeing in the, as Gangde sir said, that it is deep rooted, thick sanskaras and all that. So there won't be now any war and horses and swords and something. If I have experienced that experience in my past life, in this life, in dream, repeatedly I'll keep seeing that incident for certain number of years. After that, it will go. It goes means those sanskaras are spent now in dream state. So it doesn't need to reappear. I hope I'm clear. Is it what
Makes
you
sense. I mean,
wanted?
it's very beautiful. The nightmare thing is just crazy. I never heard that. So,
It's a funny little thing for it's Baba who says.
See, suppose
all-
any of us was a warrior past life and had fought a battle in a fort and with horses. Now battle will not be in this manner. There won't be horses, there won't be swords. So those sanskaras, how to spend? So through dreams.
yeah, makes sense. Wow. Oof, there's a lot going on there.
Yes, it's intense. And it would be a very intense dream if you had past and future together or present. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have read that. Okay.
I need to go, so I'll say Jai Baba to everybody at this time.
All right.
Okay, shall we conclude and continue next session? Okay, fine, no problem. But because this message is half done, extract from Sri Meher Baba's message to India. Again, it is on 98th page, but its discussion is going on nicely. Mr. Prakash makes us to think over the things, nice questions.
Because
Okay, we'll
I have no.
continue next session, okay.
Either, I don't know. Are you
okay?
We can. Oh, it's quite, should we do all of this? Maybe it's a lot, but there's nothing on the schedule. We can continue. No, let's see.
Okay. One page we need to read from those 33 pages. No, I have sent you a separate mail for that.
Yes, pages. You mean the news? Yes, yeah. Shall we look
Alright.
at the
If you
uh,
want, we can keep it moving, as you say. Yeah.
we uh from here it's fine to go on. From you for you
Yeah,
and
yeah, we'll complete this message is very important. We'll complete this. Yeah, please continue, Jai Baba.
okay. All right. So early messages to the West is page 98. Art, science, beauty, nature appear as one's own manifestation. This is all well and good for the individual, but what about the multitudes? In the present state of world depression and economic strife, the supreme thought of the people at large is about their daily bread. How can they think of or aspire to spiritual illumination? And it is self-interest caused by low selfish desires that is at the root of this universal condition of misery. Material desire is misery. When you want a thing, you crave for it until you get it. This is suffering. And when you do get it, you don't experience the happiness you expected. This is disappointment, which is also suffering. Wow. And this self-interest cannot be eliminated by means of religious piety, nor can sermons or the fear of heaven or hell help. Let me read that again. And this self-interest cannot be eliminated by means of religious piety, nor can sermons or the fear of heaven or hell help. Only when the atmosphere of selfless love and universal brotherhood prevails throughout the world will this self-interest be annihilated. Then only will people realize that the true aim of life is not merely to eat, drink, sleep, or seek for pleasure. In other words, to gain material welfare, but to attain real happiness in every phase of life, material, social, and spiritual. And this time is drawing near.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Really, it's a garland, it's a treasure, it's precious, it's gems, whatever we call. So
Wow.
that's why maybe Baba says you have to think for others first. Help them even at the cost of your own inconvenience and at the cost of your own comfort. If it is done, then this can happen.
Okay, shall
Yeah.
I go on then with the questions? Why has he been silent for 8 years? And when he speaks, answer. When he speaks, truth is more powerfully manifested than when he uses either sight or touch to convey it. For that reason, avatars usually observe a period of silence lasting for several years, breaking it to speak only when they wish to manifest the truth to the entire universe. So, when Sri Meher Baba speaks, he will manifest the divine will, and a worldwide transformation of consciousness will result. Wow. So, question 37. Why does he keep changing his plans and postponing his promises of healing? Answer. Although he seems to change his plans and apparently does not keep his promises about the dates of his speaking and healing, etc., in reality it is not so. For For as a perfect master and the avatar of the age, he knows all that is to happen in future, and everything is planned and arranged by him beforehand. All right. So now page 99. Although he really knows when he is destined to speak and heal, he postpones the dates from time to time in order to give greater force to his final workings, and in order also that all that he has planned during these past years will be revealed fully on the day of his manifestations.
Yeah, here, as it is said, for God there is no time and place. And he also says, I'm not bound by any promises. He's free. And then that it is also said that his one day is our so many years. And he also says that I speak something in my own language which you cannot understand. I speak in your language, you understand. And I speak in your and my language, you understand only half. So that may be the matter.
Right, right. Okay, another question. Question 38. Who pays for Sri Meher Baba's travels? Has he money of his own? And the answer is, amongst his numerous disciples in the East as well as in the West, there are many who are rich and who voluntarily contribute money towards his cause, for the maintenance of ashrams and for the travels that his work necessitates. There are a few who have dedicated all their possessions and even their lives to him. From the spiritual point of view, it may be expressed in his own words, the whole universe is mine. From the material standpoint, he is sometimes wealthy and sometimes penniless, but always equally unattached. So question 39. Was he during his boyhood conscious of his own high spiritual destiny? Answer, yes. At certain times he had glimpses of his divinity and of his future work and mission. Question 40. Will he perform miracles when he speaks? Answers, he will perform miracle when the time and situation demand. He will perform them to draw towards him the skeptical, unbelieving people who would never believe in truth unless it were proved by some extraordinary phenomena. Miracles are not necessary for understanding persons because spiritual healing is by far the greatest healing, and this is Sri Meher Baba's real work. He will not perform miracles to satisfy mere idle curiosity. Let's see. And then we go to question 41. In what religion does he believe? He belongs to no religion in particular, and yet to every religion. Love is his principal agent. Well, that's a beautiful sentence. He belongs to no religion in particular, and yet to every religion. Love is his principal agent. The Infinite One can be attained only through love and selfless service. Dogmas and doctrines, rites and ceremonies do not constitute true religion. To realize God in every phase of life, in art, science, beauty, nature, that is his religion. Will his work, like Christ's, be missionary in character? Answer, he will establish no new religion, yet his work will embrace all religions in their essence and spirit, particularly in their mystical and spiritual aspects, and be absolutely unconcerned with their ceremonial side and dry dogmas. His work, therefore, will not be missionary in the narrowest sense of the word, but will permeate through all religions. Question 43. What sort of work will his followers do? Answer. The duties allotted to each of his disciples will vary in form and character according to the inner experiences of each. A certain number will attain the realization of the one divine self, and a large number will have illumination. Both groups will know inwardly what to do through the spiritual experiences that they, in their highly advanced states, will then have, and they will work spontaneously without further instructions. And the duties of one and all his disciples, whether in an advanced or in a normal state, will always concern the spiritual upliftment of humanity. I'd like
This
to.
was very important.
Yeah.
That spiritual experience, and spontaneously it will be automatic. Inwardly they will be prompted for it. Nice it is.
Okay. Let's see. Part 3. Okay. Question 44. How can Sri Meher Baba have both the Buddhic and Christ consciousness? Answer is there is but one divine infinite consciousness, whether realized by Christ or experienced by Buddha. And the external expression of this divine consciousness varies according to the circumstances confronting, that is, at the particular moment of historical time. So conscious varies according to the circumstances confronting the God-men who have attained to this superconscious state. Once gained, the cosmic consciousness is gained for eternity and is continually present, either on the spiritual plane or as the Word made flesh for the upliftment of humanity. Once gained, the cosmic consciousness is gained for eternity and is continually present, either on the spiritual plane or as the Word made flesh for the upliftment of humanity. Question 45. Is he interested in politics?
That means what we say. They know the gross word also. They know all the secrets of the spiritual word. They know all the things of the spiritual gross word. They know the subtle word, mental word, all the 21 words and planes and everything. So once that is attained, it will remain there permanently on that individual basis. In God Speaks also, he has explained this, and there are much discussions that after dropping the body, how that is maintained personally. Every individual's experience is for that individual. One individual gets God consciousness, means automatically all will not get, even though the soul is one and indivisible. But experience is individual. So for avatar, that when he is brought down, and when he gets, like Baba got the word consciousness only after 7 years. It took long time for him, but once it is obtained, then it will remain forever. Upliftment of humanity, the word made flesh for the, because they can remain in the infinite bliss and power nicely like mazubs, but they take tremendous sufferings when they come down to the creation consciousness. Cosmic consciousness, that is also gained for eternity. Yes, please continue.
Question 45. Is he interested in politics? Answer. Spirituality touches all the problems of religion, politics, sociology, and economics. It concerns each and every phase of life, and as Sri Meher Baba is spiritually perfect, he directly or indirectly is interested in all the various aspects of life, even politics. Question 46. Why does he encourage vegetarianism? Answer. He advises vegetable food for spiritual reasons and also for reasons of health. Animal food stimulates excitement, lust, passion, and evil desires, which are all detrimental to spiritual progress. Vegetable food helps one to keep the feelings, emotions, and desires balanced and normal, and hence assists the aspirant on the spiritual path. Also, it improves health, aids digestion, and is free from certain poisons contained in animal food. Question 47. Why does he not help his own country first? Answer. The whole universe is his country and home, and he responds to the call of any part of the universe which he sees to be in need of his help.
How beautifully he has answered. The whole universe is his. So there is no your, mine, east, west. It's not for him. So how beautifully. Such a rude question, but he has answered so nicely. Is it not? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
I think this is the end of this session. Yeah.
Wherever it is needed, he goes there. Yeah. We have to conclude here. I have not sent for the pages, and it's time 9:30. So whether to read that page or in next session.
Okay. You show the clippings, the newspaper clippings. Shall I show that next time, or now? You sent me the scan with the pictures of.
Yeah. But I can't see that like this. Last time I did the screen presentation and then zoomed and then I read it. But today I'm not in a position. If Gangde sir reads, it's okay. Otherwise, we'll read it in next session.
Maybe next session, since this has gone. I have it. I can show it, but I think maybe we've gone
more about the Perfect Master, Literature and Life, by the editor, 21st April 1932. That is Every Man. And then 21st April, something more about the Perfect Master. The same article, it's a big article.
Yeah.
I think we'll not be able to finish it before the second session. Charles Putnam's second article about Meher Baba was printed in the April 21st, 1932 issue of Every Man, a weekly magazine that Putnam edited. The 4 intended paragraphs in the far right column contain Putnam's version of Baba's message to the West. See page 5. Appearing when English press coverage of Baba's tour was at its zenith, this may represent the first publication of Meher Baba's own verse in the Western print media. I guess we will read it in next session. It's very.
I can show it at the next session.
Yeah. Can you want us to read now? You will read it?
I think
there might be next meeting, no?
Yeah, I think better. Next meeting. I think this is a good. I think we've gone over. This is a good time, I think, to, I'll show it next meeting. Yeah. Will that,
Yeah,
okay?
no problem. Just preserve it, preserve it.
Yes, I have
I
it.
can't do this.
I have it. Okay, all right. All right. Well, wow, this has been wonderful. Well, good question.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Betty. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, everyone. I think we'll have Aarti. Santoshi Verma. Jai Baba. Santoshi Verma. और मिस्टर प्लीज अपना माइक और वीडियो भी ओपन कर दीजिए ना संतोषी वर्मा जी. जय बाबा. छोटी एक बात पूछा में नारे जल्लत नहीं बोलेगी आरती. हेलो, आप माइक बंद किए हैं.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. थैंक यू बाबा. और थैंक यू ऑल. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. ओ glorious eternal ancient one, your face is a bright transcendental sun, lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart meher I give to you to keep. Creator yet creationless you are, truth and truth's body divine avatar, who through compassion the three world maintains, destroy this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the burning spokes of breath of the world wheel that bears me on to death. Unless you who are infinitely kind break the wheels of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my heart. Wish to please you, I have said from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining hour. You are myself, I sing to you in praise and beg your love to bear me through the days till you, the ever living perfect one, illume my darkness with your shining sun. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. मेरे यहाँ पावर चला गया है ताई. जय बाबा.
कोई बात नहीं. थैंक यू संतोषी वर्मा. आप कानपुर से हो ना?
जी.
जय जय. शी इज फ्रॉम कानपुर. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, all of you. Jai Baba.
Jay Baba, thank you so much. This is
Jai
a
Baba.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful meeting. Meherkrupa, thank you. Enjoy, enjoy.
Thank you.
Meherkrupa. Wonderful time. Jay Baba.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you all.
जय बाबा, जय बाबा, जय बाबा.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
जय.
अवतार मेहर बाबा
बाबा
की.
की जय.
Jay.
अवतार
अवतार
मेहर
मेहर बाबा की जय. अवतार मेहर बाबा
मेहर बाबा
की
की जय. जय
जय.
बाबा.
अवतार मेहर बाबा. सब अपना जय बाबा. जय बाबा, जय बाबा, सबको जय बाबा.
जय.
Here we go. Until next time. Jay Baba.